It's a brisk 47-degree afternoon up here in the North Georgia mountains, setting the stage for our series finale inside Bob Stein Stadium at Lynn Cottrell Park. It's Game 3 between the North Georgia Nighthawks and the Mars Hill Lions in the opening series of the 2024 season on the Nighthawk Sports Network. We're glad to have you all with us today, alongside the rest of the NSN team. Robert DiClemente on hand this afternoon. The Nighthawks have clinched the opening series with a 12-4 win over the Lions yesterday afternoon. Andrew Sopata had himself quite the day, going 2 for 5 at the plate, but both of his hits ended up going over the outfield wall as the standout sophomore homered twice with 5 RBIs. Brady Skipper and Jorge Arispero joined the home run party yesterday as well, and the hot bat of the afternoon belonged to the freshman Noah Darden, going 3 for 4 at the plate in his regular season debut for North Georgia. And after we saw Mars Hill go on a couple of runs yesterday, the Nighthawks always had an answer, and in the first 2 games of the season, North Georgia has looked pretty dominant so far, and they'll be looking for the sweep this afternoon as Mars Hill looks to steal a game and take down North Georgia for the first time in program history. So we should be in for a fun finish to this series. It's North Georgia versus Mars Hill, ready for battle on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Now it's time for starting lineups presented by Northeast Georgia Health System. Here's who's etched into the batting order for Coach Honeycutt and the Lions here in Game 3. Leading things off is going to be number 3, Trey Putnam, followed by number 45, Alec Yunt, and then Zach Weaver, Alex Naran, Ty Gilbert, Carter Potts, Luke Hayes, Toby Troutman, and Chad Sykes is going to round out the batting order for the Lions this afternoon, and they're going to have to face off against the man on the mound for North Georgia, number 6, Cameron Mobley. Mobley, a 6'2" redshirt sophomore out of Monticello, Georgia. Posted a 11.57 ERA last season. Appeared in just 2 games for the Nighthawks, pitching just over 2 innings, allowing 3 hits and 3 runs last season. Struck out 2 batters as well, holding them to a .333 batting average. So here comes Trey Putnam, as we mentioned, leading things off for Mars Hill this afternoon in Game 3. Again, glad to have you with us as he sends this one to left field. Easy first out here for the Nighthawks as Arispero makes the grab over in left field. And that's going to bring up Alec Yunt.
Now batting number 45, Alec Yunt.
Up to bat for the Lions. Yunt so far in this series is 2 for 7 at the plate. Batting .286. As that pitch from Mobley is going to be outside for a ball. The Nighthawks kicked off this series on opening day of the 2024 season in a 5-1 win on Friday. The Nighthawks scored in the first inning off an RBI single from Riley Frost and never looked back after that. And 6 of the 9 starters in the batting order for North Georgia added a hit to the stat sheet. The 1-1 pitch from Mobley, again outside. And in Game 1, Dylan Noche pitched 5 shutout innings, giving up just 3 hits, and Daniel Courtney finished off the job in 4 innings, allowing just 3 hits and notching 5 strikeouts. Swing and a miss there from Yunt brings the count to 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss as Mobley gets his first strikeout of the afternoon. So now up to bat is going to be number 30, Zach Weaver, a senior infielder and right-handed pitcher. He's seen the most success so far in this series for Mars Hill. He's been going 3 for 6 at the plate. .500 batting average. A swing and a miss there. Makes the count 0-1. And Mobley's going to have to follow up the great performance on the mound from Wes Lott yesterday as he does so right there. Makes a great grab near his knees, and that's going to retire the top of the first. Going to take us to the bottom of the second. Andrew Sopata is going to lead things off for the Nighthawks when we return. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in Dahlonega in the bottom of the first. Andrew Sopata is going to lead things off here for North Georgia in our series finale between the Nighthawks and the Lions. Opata so far in this series has 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored, and 2 home runs as he pops this one up into right. That's going to be caught for a quick first out here in the bottom of the first, just like we saw in the top of the first. First pitch and an out, and that's going to take us to Noah Darden up to bat for the Nighthawks. And what a debut it was for Darden yesterday, as he went 3 for 4 at the plate in his first regular season start for the Nighthawks. And he's moved up to all the way to second in the batting order as he slings this one into center field. Darden picking up right where he left off yesterday, gets the first hit of the afternoon for the Nighthawks. Now comes Riley Frost up to bat. Let's take a look at the rest of the batting order for the Nighthawks here this afternoon. Following Frost, it's going to be Sosa, Jorge Arisboro, Brady Skipper, Philip Ard, Luke Starling, and Bryson Stripling is going to round out that batting order for Coach Cantrell and the Nighthawks. As this pitch bounces into the dirt, and Darden's going to make his way to second. And the Nighthawks opening up this game are going to have to face off against number 42, Brennan Williams, on the mound for the Lions. Williams, a freshman out of Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. And the freshman is seeing his first action on the mound for Mars Hill. Got his eye on second. 1-0 pitch. Going to be inside for a strike. Moves it to 1-1. Frost, so far in this series, he's batted .286. He's got 2 hits in his 7 at-bats. Has an RBI as well. That one coming on his first plate appearance of the 2024 season. Sees a strike there from Williams. Makes it a 1-2 count. We mentioned this earlier in the series. Frost led the Nighthawks in RBIs last year with 38. 1-2 pitch. Going to be low for ball number 2. Still got Darden on second. Gets a signal. 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be fouled. So Frost is going to face another 2-2 count. Sosa on deck. And the 2-2 pitch. Outside, and the count runs full for Frost. Williams still got his eye on second. Full count. And that pitch cuts it close for ball number 4. So Frost is going to make his way to first, and that's going to bring up Josh Sosa up to the plate for the Nighthawks. Sosa in this opening series has batted .167. He's got 1 hit in his 6 plate appearances. Got an RBI as well. Sosa's also been walked 3 times. That pitch is going to be upstairs for a ball. And the Nighthawks have done a great job in this opening series without Jace Bowen. As we mentioned earlier in the series, Bowen and Opata were named to the PBC preseason all-conference team. And these two made quite the name for themselves in their freshman seasons, spending most of the 2023 season starting out the batting order for the Nighthawks. Leading the team in runs scored, Bowen with 49 and Opata with 47 last year. And Bowen's 71 hits was one shy of leading the Peach Bell Conference. 2-0 pitch to Sosa outside, moves it to 3-0. But the Nighthawks, without one of their standout sophomores, have looked pretty dominant here in these first 2 opening games of the season. 3-0 pitch. Inside for a strike. Arispero's on deck. And that pitch outside from Williams. And that's going to load the bases here for Jorge Arispero.
Number 1, Jorge.
Arispero's batting .143 in this series. He's got 1 hit in his 7 at-bats. But that 1 hit was a 3-run bomb yesterday. So Williams and the Lions got to be careful here. A bit of a jam. Bases loaded. That's going to be a strike down the middle from Williams. A swing and a miss there from Arispero. Makes it an 0-2 count. Got Brady Skipper on deck, who also had a home run yesterday. .02 pitch. High and right, makes it a 1-2 count. Just one out here in the bottom of the first. And the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be tipped by Arisborough. Count's going to stay at 1-2. Definitely a bit cooler outside here for the series finale compared to the weather we had for games 1 and 2. Cloudy, windy, and about 48 degrees outside this afternoon. That pitch is low. Pushes the count to 2-2. As Williams is looking for a new ball here. May have to make a quick change here. And North Georgia's win in the series opener on Friday was Coach Cantrell's 1,000th career win. He's put together one of the most impressive resumes you'll see from a Division II baseball coach. And he now joins North Georgia softball's head coach Mike Davenport as the only two coaches in North Georgia history to surpass 1,000 career wins. This is Coach Cantrell's 25th season at the helm of the baseball program. He's a 6-time Conference Coach of the Year and a 2-time NCAA Division II Southeast Region Coach of the Year. And he's led the Nighthawks to 10 separate championships, most recently the 2019 Peach Ball Conference regular season championship, and he adds to his Hall of Fame resume with win number 1,000 on Friday. Currently sits at 1,001 wins after the 12-4 victory yesterday. As we are still trying to get some equipment issues figured out here on the field. We had a busy day yesterday around the Peach Ball Conference in day 2 of the 2024 season. USC Buford lost to Anderson 5-7. Flagler was shut out by Lenore Ryan 4-0. Of course, North Georgia taking out Mars Hill 12-4. Georgia Southwestern with a dominant 11-1 win over Emory and Henry College, 11-1. And then an absolute shootout, Columbus State takes down Eckerd College 26-12. Georgia College and State University, a shutout 11-0 win over Tuskegee. West Georgia taking down Augusta 8-6. USC Aiken falling to UNC Pembroke 6-8. USC Buford taking out Anderson 6-4. Lander a dominant 13-8 win over Erskine College. And GCSU 11-0 win over Tuskegee. Eckerd College and Columbus State ending in a 9-2 win for the Cougars. Georgia Southwestern, another shutout win for them, 10-0 over Emory and Henry College. And then rounding out the games yesterday, Lenore Ryan taking down Flagler 7-5. And today's schedule, not as busy as yesterday, just 5 games slated for today. Had some doubleheaders yesterday to round out the opening series here in the 2024 season for some Peach Ball Conference teams. Looks like we are ready to resume action here. And the 2-2 pitch to Arisborough. It's going to be in for strike 3. Now 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Brady Skipper up to bat.
Number 9, Brady Skipper.
Skipper batting .250 in this series. And he's 2 for 8 at the plate. But as we mentioned earlier, one of those hits was a home run yesterday. That's going to be inside for a strike from Williams. Skipper repping number 9 this season. The number previously belonging to Connor Frost, as this one's going to be popped up and fouled. Skipper was rocking number 30 last season. Philip Ard's on deck. The 0-2 pitch to Skipper as he hits this one off the mound, and Skipper gets things going here for the Nighthawks as they're going to try to round 2 players home, and he's going to be safe at home plate. And Skipper skips one into center field, makes this a quick 2-0 game here for the Nighthawks to open this one up.
Number 18, Philip Ard.
Here comes Philip Ard trying to follow up Skipper here as the sophomore was following up his solid performance from yesterday as that one cuts it close for a ball. Ard yesterday, or for the series as a whole, batting .125, 1 for 8 at the plate. He's got 2 RBIs as well. 1-0 pitch. Outside, makes it a 2-0 count. And the 2-0 pitch. Just outside for ball number 3. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ard not swing at this one. Got runners on second and third. Takes one inside for a strike. He's got Sosa on third and Skipper on second. And the 3-1 pitch. This one's tipped and fouled. Count runs full. Two outs in the bottom of the first. Nighthawks off to a good start here. And the payoff pitch. This one's hit well into left field but fouled. So Ard's going to have another crack at it here. Got Luke Starling on deck. And the payoff pitch. Outside for ball number 4. And yet again here in this first inning, the bases are loaded for the Nighthawks. And here comes Luke Starling up to bat.
Now batting number 14, Luke
Starling in this opening series batting .167, going 1 for 6 at the plate. Doesn't have any RBIs yet. He could get the opportunity here with the runners on all 3 bases. Takes a strike on that pitch from Williams. And the 0-1 pitch upstairs for a ball. As Williams gets a signal. And the 1-1 pitch to Starling. Again, upstairs. Got to be careful here if you're Williams. Bases loaded. Bryson Stripling on deck. 2-1 pitch to Starling. Inside for a strike. And deuces are running wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Nighthawks up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. And the 2-2 pitch. Outside and low for ball 3. Big pitch coming up here for Williams. Gets the signal. And the full count. That's outside for ball number 4. And so Sosa's going to cross home plate for run number 3 here. With the bases loaded. Now with Bryson Stripling up to bat. Stripling is looking for his first hit here in this opening series. 0 for 3 so far. Now a better time than ever with bases loaded. He swings and misses on that. And the 0-1 pitch. Outside. Again, another great start to this one for North Georgia. We saw them get out the gates quickly in Game 1. 1-1 pitch. This one tipped and fouled by Stripling. Lions trying to do everything they can to get out of this first inning. And the 1-2 pitch to Stripling upstairs. Makes the count 2-2. Opata is on deck. Nighthawks could return to the top of their batting order potentially as this one's popped up high into left. That's going to be caught by the center fielder for out number 3, and that's going to take us to the second. Nighthawks get on the board first, take an early 3-0 lead over the Lions. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at the Steiner. Nighthawks take an early 3-0 lead over the Lions here in the series finale. And here's Alex Naran up to bat. Naran, the senior outfielder in this series. He's 2 for 8 at the plate. Takes a ball there from Mobley. Batting .250 in this series. Takes one inside for a strike from Mobley. Head coach for the Lions, Zach Honeycutt, is in his second season at the helm of Mars Hill's baseball program. And Coach Honeycutt started his career at Mars Hill as a baseball player from 2010 to 2015 as a catcher, and he was hired as an assistant coach in 2018 until being promoted to the head coaching position in the summer of 2022. This one's going to be tipped, stays in play, and the throw to first is not going to get there on time. That ball took a bit of an awkward bounce there as Stripling was unable to get a hand on it in time. And so the first hit of the afternoon for the Lions belongs to Naran.
Number 57, Ty Gilbert.
Here comes Ty Gilbert up to the plate. Yesterday, Ty Gilbert had a home run for the Lions. He's batting .333 this series with a pair of RBIs as well. He's been the standout player so far to open up the season for Mars Hill. We saw yesterday Mars Hill get some hits early off the Nighthawks, but North Georgia had an answer every time out. Pickoff attempt over there at first. Count still 0-1. That one's outside, moving it to 1-1. Got a great crowd here at the Steiner. People bringing out their blankets and their hoodies for today's game. A little bit chillier outside. That's going to be inside for a 1-2 count. Carter Potts is on deck. 1-2 pitch. This one tipped and fouled. Count's going to stay at 1-2. Another pickoff attempt over there at first. A bit windier outside, too, compared to what we had in games 1 and 2. Sun was shining on Friday and Saturday. 1-2 pitch. Again, this one tipped and fouled. Staying at 1-2. As Mobley gets the signal, still got his eye over there on first. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to get past Mobley to Frost. Flips to first, gets the out, and the throw to first not going to be there on time, but the out at second is going to get there. Right play there from the Nighthawks. Brings us to our first out here in the top of the second. And here comes Carter Potts up to bat for the Lions. Potts, a freshman out of Avon Lake, Ohio. Had one plate appearance yesterday for the Lions. His only plate appearance so far in this opening series. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Potts. And the 1-1 pitch. Outside, counts moving to 2-1. Lions are coming off a 12-37 season, looking to get back to an above 500 record to finish the season for the first time since 2017. 2-1 pitch. That one way outside. So that's going to advance Gilbert to second. So now the Nighthawks are going to have to redo what they just did. But now with one out on the scoreboard. Mobley still got his eye on second. 3-1 pitch. Outside for ball 4. So that's going to put runners on first and second for the Lions, with Luke Hayes up to bat.
Now batting number 5, Luke Hayes.
Luke Hayes, a sophomore infielder, looking for his first hit of the 2024 campaign. 0 for 6 at the plate. Got runners on first and second. Bunts here, keeps it in play, and the throw to second is not there on time. That looked like a 50-50 ball. Could have gone either way. But that's going to load the bases here, and Coach Cantrell is going to make an early visit to the mound. Maybe Starling didn't have a foot on base to make that play. And so Coach Cantrell is going to talk things over here with Mobley. Nobody getting warmed up in the bullpen. As we mentioned earlier, Mobley's going to have to follow up the great performance on the mound from Wes Lott yesterday. Lott pitched 4 shutout innings, giving up 4 hits and striking out 7. And the Lions are threatening to make some noise early. Here's Toby Troutman. Troutman pops this one up into right, and the play is going to be made by Sosa. That's going to leave runners on all the bases. 2 outs now in the top of the second, with Chad Sykes up to bat for the Lions. Sykes, a senior infielder, 1 for 5 in this series. 200 batting average. This will be a big out here for Mobley and the Nighthawks, leaving runners stranded on all 3 bases. A swing and a miss by Sykes. And the 0-1 pitch from Mobley outside. Putnam is on deck. And a swing and a miss there by Sykes. Lions could return to the top of their batting order if Sykes is able to do something here. 1-2 pitch. Outside. Again, Deuces running wild. As Mobley gets his signal. And the 2-2 pitch. This one tipped and fouled. We're going to stay at a 2-2 count for Sykes. Mobley gets the signal. 2-2 pitch. Tipped and fouled. Sykes is going to do it all over again. Sykes staying alive here with Mobley. Another 2-2 pitch. And that one cut it close for ball 3. And Sykes is trying to say that one may have clipped him. A big pitch coming up here from Mobley. Full count, 2 outs. In the top of the second, bases are loaded. And the full count pitch. This one's fouled over and right. Big matchup here between Mobley and Sykes. As we have a ball accidentally roll onto the infield. And the full count pitch. Outside for ball 4. And so Sykes, with the plate discipline there, wins that matchup. And with the bases loaded, puts a run up on the board for the Lions. And so Putnam is going to step back up to the plate for the Lions. Marcel returns to the top of their batting order. Putnam's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Popped up to left in his first at-bat. That pitch cuts it close for a ball. Again, much like we saw in Game 2, the Lions trying to do some damage early on the Nighthawks. In Game 1, they didn't get their first run up on the board until the top of the 9th. In that 5-1 victory for North Georgia. And the 1-1 pitch outside, and the throw to first, not on time. Stripling tried to make the heads-up play there. See some action going on in the bullpen now for North Georgia. And the 2-1 pitch from Mobley. Low for ball 3. We saw the Nighthawks put a run up on the board after a 4th ball with bases loaded. Mars Hill doing the same here in the top of the 2nd. And the 3-1 pitch. This one's going to be hit to Frost at short, flips to second. And that is going to take us to the bottom of the 2nd. Lions put a run up on the board. Nighthawks still lead this one 3-1 early. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. back with you here at the Steiner. Nighthawks lead this one 3-1 in the bottom of the second, and Andrew Sopata is going to lead things off here for the Nighthawks. And North Georgia saw every batter in its starting lineup see the plate in the bottom of the first, leading them to a 3-0 lead. Then Mars Hill was able to respond, putting a run up on the board with bases loaded in the top of the second. Opata in his first at-bat popped up to right field. Counts 1-1 for Opata. Seen a lot of success so far in this series. Swings hard on that one and misses. As we mentioned earlier, Opata was tied with Riley Frost in home runs last season, leading the Nighthawks with 6. He's already got 2 and we're only 3 games into the season. 1-2 pitch. This one tipped and fouled by Opata. Named to the PBC preseason all-conference team. Picking up right where he left off last season. Yeah, the 1-2 pitch to Opata. This one's driven high into left. And the run-up and catch is going to be made, making Opata 0 for 2 on the day. And here comes Noah Darden back up to bat for the Nighthawks. Darden 1 for 1 today, single to center. Picking up where he left off yesterday was the hot bat for the Nighthawks. Going 3 for 4. Takes a pitch outside from Williams. Williams so far has allowed just 1 hit. Walked 4 batters. 1 strikeout so far. (2-0) pitch to Darden. Slings this one into center field. And this is going to be caught by the center fielder. Almost had enough to get over. But Darden's going to be out, bringing up Riley Frost up to the plate. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the second.
Number 23, Riley Frost.
Frost, in his last at-bat, was walked. As we mentioned, the leader in RBIs for this team last season. Not going to get a chance to add to it here. Nobody on base. Hits this one well into left. And that's going to be fouled. Makes the count 0-1. A couple of good hits here for the Nighthawks off of Williams. And Frost grounds this one to the second baseman. Throw to first on time. Quick 3 up, 3 down here for Mars Hill. And that's going to retire the inning and take us to the top of the third. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in Dahlonega as we head to the top of the third. Alec Young is up to bat for the Lions, here to get things going. Yunt was struck out by Mobley last time he saw the plate. Takes a ball upstairs. Mobley, so far in this one, has allowed just one hit, walked 2 batters, struck out 1, that being Yunt. Yunt tips this one fouled. And the Lions are trying to rebound from their road record last season, finishing just 3-25 in their road matchups. 3 of those losses on the road coming at the hands of North Georgia in the opening series from last season. One-two pitch from Mobley. Again upstairs, makes it 2-2. And the pitch from Mobley. This one's going to be grounded to first, and Ard's going to get there and tag the base for out number 1 in the top of the third. That's going to bring up Zach Weaver, the designated hitter for the Lions. Weaver 0 for 1 this afternoon, last time he was at the plate. And a line out to Mobley. Had a great catch at his knees. As we mentioned in Weaver's first plate appearance, he's seen the most success this weekend for the Lions. Coming into this game, 3 for 6 at the plate. One-0 pitch from Mobley, down the middle for a strike. One pitch from Mobley, upstairs. Alex Naran is on deck. And Naran has the lone hit for the Lions so far in this one. This one's going to be fouled. So a 2-2 count for Weaver. 1 out, nobody on for the Lions. And the 2-2 pitch to Weaver. This one's going to be hit to Skipper. Skipper throws to first. Gets it there for out number 2. Easy play there for the Nighthawks infield.
Number 10, Alex Naran.
So up comes Alex Naran. Senior outfielders 3 for 9 in this series. Had a hit last time he was up to bat. And he gets one over to the second baseman, and that's going to be caught for out number 3 as Starling makes the play, taking us to the bottom of the third. Nighthawks doing some quick work there at the Lions. We'll step aside for a short commercial break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in Dahlonega. Josh Sosa is going to lead things off for the Nighthawks in the bottom of the third. And Sosa was walked on his last plate appearance. Sosa takes one inside from Williams for the strike. Sosa looking for his second hit of the season. Takes one outside. Nighthawks did a good job of making quick work of the Lions. They're in the top of the third. Try to add to their lead here as Sosa fouls that one. One-two pitch. Outside pushes this one to 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch to 22. This one hit well into center field. That's going to be caught for the first out in the bottom of the third. Nighthawks getting some good hits off of Williams. We saw that one from Sosa. And then in the bottom of the second from Darden. Just didn't have quite enough underneath it to get it over. And here comes Jorge Arispero back up to bat. Arispero was struck out by Williams last time he saw the plate. Had a home run yesterday. A 3-run bomb to help extend the Nighthawks' lead. And the 1-0 pitch to Arispero inside for the strike. And it wasn't until about midway through the game where we really saw the Nighthawks start to pour it on in their victory in Game 2. It was a bit of a slow start, but they started to pour it on towards the middle of the game, leading to a 12-4 win to clinch the series win. And the 3-1 pitch outside for ball number 4. So that's going to put Arispero on first with Brady Skipper back up to bat. And Skipper, last time he was up to bat, had a single to center field, 2 RBIs. After he was able to get one that kind of took a bounce off the mound and into center field. This one's going to be tipped and fouled. Not a whole lot of action going on in the Lions bullpen. A 1 pitch to Skipper. Skipper bunts here, and they are unable to corral this one in. And so the sack bunt there from Skipper doesn't need to be a sack bunt. He's able to get on first. Doesn't get an out there on the scoreboard. Puts runners on first and second for Philip Ard. And Philip Ard was walked in his last plate appearance. Takes a pitch upstairs from Williams. Just one out in the bottom of the third. Got Arispero on second and Skipper on first. 1-0 pitch to Ard. Outside. Williams gets his signal. 2-0 pitch. This one's fouled over the bleachers here at the Steiner. 2-1 count. Luke Starling's on deck. Williams got his eye on second. 2-1 pitch to Ard. Again, fouled in the same direction over the bleachers. Count moves to 2-2. Two-two pitch to Ard. Swing and a miss there as Williams gets his second strikeout of the afternoon. This time on Philip Ard.
Number 14, Luke Starling.
Here comes Luke Starling back up to bat. Starling was walked last time he saw the plate. Now 2 outs. Runners still on first and second for the Nighthawks. Starling takes a pitch outside from Williams. But like we saw in Game 1, the Nighthawks scored a run in every other inning. We'll see if they can do that here in the third. Put up 3 runs in the first here in the series finale. One count for Starling. Here comes the pitch from Williams. Inside for strike 2. Lions trying to keep the Nighthawks off the board here in the bottom of the third. And the 1-2 pitch upstairs makes it a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. 2 runners on for the Nighthawks. And the 2-2 pitch. This one's going to be popped up, stays in the infield, and the throw to first. Going to get there for out number 3. So the Lions keep the Nighthawks off the board in the bottom of the third, and that's going to take us to the fourth. We'll see how the Lions respond offensively when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Of North.
Back with you here at the Steiner in the top of the fourth. Ty Gilbert's going to lead things off for the Lions. They find themselves down 2 runs here to the Nighthawks. And he hits this one well into left, but Harrisborough makes the play. Already a couple plays made by the left fielder already here in this one. Quick first out for the Lions. It's going to bring up Carter Potts. Potts inserted into the starting batting order here for the Lions here in the series finale. Just saw one plate appearance in Game 2. Didn't see the field in Game 1. Takes a pitch upstairs from Mobley. Potts was walked in his last plate appearance. Tips this one fouled back towards the net. And this is actually a rematch of the opening series from last season. The Nighthawks swept the Lions, winning all 3 games, including a 20-0 shutout in Game 3 to secure the sweep. This one's hit well into right, but fouled. And those 20 runs were the most the Nighthawks scored in a game all season long. And North Georgia's a perfect 14-0 all time against the Lions. Counts 1-2. 1 out, no runners on for Mars Hill. Mobley gets the signal. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be grounded to third as Skipper throws to first. Gets it there on time, and the connection between Skipper and Ard so far in this series finale has been prominently on display. Making a handful of plays here in the series finale.
Now batting number 5, Luke Hayes.
Up to bat is Luke Hayes. Luke Hayes had a sac bunt last time he was up to bat. Takes one outside from Mobley. And the 1-0 pitch. Just a bit outside for ball number 2. Two-0 pitch from Mobley inside for the strike. Toby Troutman's on deck. And Mobley's 2-1 pitch. Cuts it inside for strike 2. Two-two pitch from Mobley. This one's grounded, but fouled up near left field. Count staying at 2-2. Hayes coming into this game still does not have a hit, and he swings and misses there. Doesn't get a chance to get his first of the series as Mobley strikes him out, and that's going to take us to the bottom of the 4th. North Georgia still leads this one 3-1. We'll see if they can extend that lead when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at Bobstein Stadium, where it's a 3-1 game in the bottom of the fourth between North Georgia and Mars Hill. And the Lions are going to be rolling with a new pitcher on the mound. It's number 43, Dustin Dunlap, the sophomore lefty out of Leesburg, Florida. And his first pitch this afternoon is a strike to Bryson Stripling. Dunlap last season appeared in 3 games for the Lions. Pitched 2 innings, posted a 9 ERA, and struck out 1 batter. So the Lions already on their second pitcher here as we head to the bottom of the fourth as Stripling hits this one to third. Throw to first, gets there for out number 1. So the Lions make quick work of Stripling there. The North Georgia returns to the top of their batting order with Andrew Sopata. Sopata looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Popped out to right last time he was at the plate. Popped out to right field on his first plate appearance as well. Sees a ball there from Dunlap. Opata last season led the team in stolen bases with 20, ranking 6th in the Peach Ball Conference in that stat. So whenever he's on base, he's got pitchers' heads on a swivel. And the 1-1 pitch to Opata cuts it close for a ball. Opata had a standout freshman season last year. And from what we've seen from him so far, it looks like he could be trending towards making another leap this season. As he takes a ball outside from Dunlap. Darden on deck. 3-1 pitch to Opata. They're going to call that inside for strike 2. Count runs full. And the 3-1 pitch from Dunlap. Low for ball number 4, and that's going to put Opata on first base. One of his favorite places to be. He's always a threat to steal going from first to second. Here comes Noah Darden back up to bat for the Nighthawks. The designated hitter was 1 for 2 today. Last time he was at the plate, popped out to center field. Takes a ball there. One 1-0 pitch to Darden. Again, outside. Riley Frost on deck. 1 out in the bottom of the fourth. Nighthawks looking to put a run up on the board for the first time since the bottom of the first. 2-0 pitch to Darden. Again, that's 3 pitches outside by Dunlap. And the 3-0 pitch gets one inside for a strike. Again, Opata always a threat to get a stolen base out there, especially on first. Doesn't have to do so there, as that's ball 4 from Dunlap. Puts Opata on second and Darden on first. With Riley Frost back up to bat. Frost is 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to second last time he was at the plate, but as we mentioned before, this team's RBI leader and home run leader last season. So this is Just the player that the Nighthawks wanted to see up to bat in this situation. 1 out, runners on first and second. And there goes Opata making a break for third, and the tag out at second is going to get there on time, but Opata now in scoring position over there at third. 2 outs now in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, 1 pitch to Frost. This is going to be tipped for an 0-1 count. And what quickly turned from 2 runners on and just 1 out. Now 2 outs for the Nighthawks and just 1 runner on. Counts 1-2. Sosa is on deck. As Dunlap gets his signal. And the 1-2 pitch to Frost. High and right for ball 2. Got a 2-2 count, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Pitch to Frost. Goes over the head of the catcher, and Opata's going to take advantage of that. Gets home and adds another run up on the board for North Georgia. As the Lions had a miscue there. So now Opata crosses home plate, and Frost finds himself in a full count. 2 outs, now no runners on. That pitch went over the head of Toby Troutman. Payoff pitch to Frost as he slings this over to the Lions bullpen. And he'll have another crack at it here. Another payoff pitch to Frost. Hits this one high and to right. It's going to be fouled, and Lions not going to be able to make a play on that one. So again, Frost find himself facing a payoff pitch. And the full count. This one hit well into left. Again, fouled into the Lions bullpen. Frost hanging in there with Dunlap. Another full count pitch. This one hit high into right. And the Lions are going to make a play on it there over in right field for out number 3, but the Nighthawks take advantage of some pitching from Dunlap. Put another run up on the board to go up 4-1 as we head to the top of the 5th. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Toby Troutman.
Back with you here in Dahlonega. Toby Troutman's going to lead things off for the Lions here in the top of the fifth. Troutman's 0 for 1 today, popped out to right field last time he was at the plate. Nighthawks added a run up on the board there in the bottom of the fourth after a pitch from Dunlap went over the head of Troutman. This one's hit high and well into left field. Arisborough can't get there as this one goes over the wall for Troutman, as he notches a home run under his belt. Solo home run, puts a run up on the board here for the Lions in the top of the fifth. Nice answer there from Troutman after that miscommunication between him and Dunlap there in the bottom of the fourth, as he puts the Lions back in this one, makes this a 4-2 ball game. Chad Sykes now up to bat for Mars Hill. Sykes has got an RBI in this one. Bunts here. Ard tries to make a play, flips it to first, and he's going to be safe, as Starling tried to get down on first there after Ard had to come away from first base. So the Lions starting to build up some momentum here in the top of the fifth, as Mars Hill returns to the top of their batting order with Trey Putnam. Putnam grounded out to Frost last time he saw the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Bunts here, but it's going to be tipped and fouled. No outs. Putnam's got Sykes on first. Pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful over there at first. Count still 0-1 for Putnam. And the 0-1 pitch outside, and Putnam makes a break for it for second, and the tag it is going to get there on time. Great play there between Stripling over there at catcher, and then at second, Starling makes the play. Now no runners on for Mars Hill. 0-2 count for Putnam. And the 0-2 pitch. This one tipped and fouled. It's going to stay at 0-2. Stripling had a chance to catch that one for out number 2. Fell to the ground. And another 0-2 pitch to Putnam. Outside for ball 1. Seek some action going on in the Nighthawks bullpen. Mobley's got 2 strikeouts today. Walked 2 batters and has allowed just 1 hit. Added a couple more here to the hit column this last inning. Counts 2-2 for Mobley. And the 2-2 pitch to Putnam. A swing and a miss as Mobley gets strikeout number 3. Now 2 outs.
Number 45, Alec Yunt.
With Alec Yunt back up to bat. Yunt grounded out to first. Last time he saw the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. And you can see Coach Cantrell motioning Skipper to kind of come in here, as Mobley pitches a strike to Yunt. The Lions had started to build up some momentum Here in the top of the 6th, as this one's hit well into center field. Opata is there. Easy play for the center fielder. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 5th. The Lions put a run up on the board, makes this a more manageable 2-4 game. We'll see how the Nighthawks respond when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in the Gold City of Dahlonega, where North Georgia leads this one 4-2 at the Steiner in the bottom of the 5th. Josh Sosa up to bat for North Georgia. Sosa had a fly out to center last time he saw the plate. He was walked in his first plate appearance, 0 for 1 this afternoon. Takes a ball there from Dunlap. Pitch is upstairs. And the 2-2 pitch to Sosa. Another one outside of the zone. Makes it a 3-0 count. Arispero's on deck. Wouldn't be surprised to see Sosa not swing here. Right idea is he takes ball 4 from Dunlap. As Jorge Arispero makes his way into the batter's box.
Now batting number 1, Jorge Arispero.
Arispero was struck out on his first at-bat, walked on his second. And the Lions are going to talk things over here on the mound. Zach Honeycutt comes out to discuss some things with his team. And Arispero is trying to get going here in this series finale. As we mentioned, at a 3-run bomb yesterday. And it looks like this is going to be the end of the afternoon for Dunlap. Quick appearance from him in this game. And so the Lions are going to bring out a new pitcher here. We'll have that pitching substitution for you here in just a moment. Lions already on their 3rd pitcher of the afternoon. Trying to switch it up here. See if they can stop the Nighthawks. Nighthawks have been rolling with Mobley on the mound for the entirety of this game so far. So the Lions' new pitcher here is going to get some warm-up throws in. And now on the mound is going to be number 48, Brady Stevens, the righty pitcher out of Gainesville, Georgia, about 40 minutes from here in Dahlonega. And Stevens has made 2 appearances for the Mars Hill, in this series. He's pitched just 1 inning. So we'll see what he can do here against Jorge Arispero and the Nighthawks with no outs in the bottom of the fifth. As we mentioned earlier, today's a bit of a quieter day for PBC baseball, rounding out the opening series here of the 2024 season. Flagler taking on Lenoir-Rhyne. Claflin and Morris College facing off. USC Aiken taking on UNC Pembroke, and rounding out the schedule today is going to be Game 3 between Claflin and Morris College, with first pitch in that one set for 3 p.m. Some of those games already underway. It's a 0-0 game between Flagler and Lenoir-Rhyne. As we are ready to go here at the Steiner, as Sosa makes a break for it to second. And that one gets into the outfield, but Sosa's going to make his way to second on that stolen base. Meanwhile, that was a ball pitched by Stevens on his first of the afternoon. And the 1-0 pitch to Arispero. Outside for ball 2. Brady Skipper's on deck. And the 2-0 pitch to Arispero. Again, looks like it's outside for ball 3. Still no outs in the bottom of the fifth. And the 3-0 pitch. Stevens gets his first strikeout of the afternoon, makes us a 3-1 count. Brady Skipper on deck for North Georgia. Sosa on second. And the 3-1 pitch. Outside and low for ball number 4. It's going to put runners on first and second for Brady Skipper, who's seen a lot of success here in Game 3. Skipper had a single to center on his first at-bat with 2 RBIs. He had a bunt on his last plate appearance, was able to get to first. Skipper bunts again here, but it's going to be fouled. Nighthawks in good position here in the bottom of the fifth. 2 runners on, no outs. With the man who's been hot today at the plate. 0-1 pitch to Skipper, swings and misses on that one. Stevens gets the signal. Got his eye on second. 0-2 pitch. This one's hit up the left field line. And the throw to first is going to get there on time as the Lions make the double play there. Or they did not make the double play. Excuse me, almost got it there on the throw to first. But they do get Sosa out at third. Looked like that throw to first was going to get there on time. Philip Ard up to bat now for North Georgia. Ard was struck out last time he was up to bat.
Number 18, Philip Ard.
Nighthawks still in good position here. Runners on first and second. Just 1 out. Ard looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 1-0 pitch. This one's hit well into center field. And right on cue, Coach Cantrell waving him home as Arispero is going to touch home plate. And Ard gets his first hit of the afternoon, a big one there to give the Nighthawks a 5-2 lead. So great play there by Philip Ard brings up Luke Starling up to bat.
14, Luke Starling.
Starling grounded out to the short last time he was at the plate. Takes a strike there from Stevens. And same situation here for Starling. 1 out, runners on first and second. And the 1-0 pitch to Starling. Shows bunt there and stolen base over there at third. So he's going to get there on time as Skipper slides in. Got a handful of stolen bases for the Nighthawks already in this one. Count still 2-0 for Starling. Now he's got runners on the corners. Stevens gets the signal. 2-0 pitch. This one swung and hit high into shallow right. It's going to be caught for the out as Skipper decides to stay put at third. And so runners are going to stay on the corners. Here with Bryson Stripling up to bat. Stripling looking for his first hit here in this one. He's got Ard over there in familiar territory on first, and Skipper over in familiar territory on third. Stevens gets a signal. This one's inside for a strike. Opata is on deck for the Nighthawks. As this one hits Stripling in the back, and that's going to load the bases for Andrew Opata. Dangerous territory here for Stevens and the Lions. With the Nighthawks leadoff batter back up to bat. Although Opata's been rather quiet here in the series finale, still looking for his first hit. He's due for one here. Opata sees a strike there from Stevens. Nighthawks already have a run-up on the board here in the bottom of the fifth. We'll see what they can do here with 2 outs, bases loaded for Opata. 0-1 pitch. This one fouled up into the Lions bullpen. Quick 0-2 count for Opata. This will be a big out here for Stevens. He's able to get one on Opata. And the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss there by Opata. Leaves runners stranded on all the bases for the Nighthawks, but they put another run up on the board to extend their lead 5-2 in this one. We're headed to the top of the 6th. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. back with you here at the Steiner. Your score is 5-2, North Georgia on top of Mars Hill here in the top of the 6th. And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Nighthawks. Now on the mound for North Georgia is number 10, Matthew Hurd, the sophomore righty out of Loganville, Georgia. Last season posted a 4.41 ERA, appeared in 15 games for the Nighthawks, and his first pitch of the afternoon is going to be a strike. Had a 5-3 win-loss record last season, pitching just over 69 innings, allowing 72 hits, 39 runs, with 34 of those runs earned. And he struck out 55 batters in the process, holding them to a .266 batting average. He's facing up against Alex Naran here in his first matchup of the afternoon. 0-2 pitch. Going to be outside for a ball. And so Mobley will finish up his afternoon, allowing 3 hits, walking 2 batters, and striking out 3. This is actually Zach Weaver up to bat, Faces a 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch, as this one's grounded over to strip to Starling, makes the throw to first, gets it there on time. So Starling makes the play for the first out here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting number 10, Alex Naran.
And now here's Alex Naran up to bat for Mars Hill. Naran's 1 for 2 on the day. Had a line out to second last time he saw the plate. Takes a strike there from Hurd. And the Nighthawks have matched their run total from their win in Game 1, as they won that one 5-1, up 5-2 here in the series finale. Won Game 2 yesterday 12-4. And the 1-1 pitch from Hurd. This one's going to be tipped and fouled behind the bleachers. Counts 1-2. No runners on. 1-2 pitch from Hurd. That one's going to be low for ball number 2. Mars Hill comes over from a very competitive South Atlantic Conference featuring teams such as Catawba and the 12th ranked team in the nation, Newberry. 2-2 pitch from Hurd. Outside, and the count runs full. And the payoff pitch from Hurd. Going to be low for ball 4. And so Naran's going to make his way to first base, which brings up Ty Gilbert into the batter's box for the Lions.
Now batting number 57, Ty Gilbert.
Gilbert had a home run yesterday towards the end of the game for Mars Hill. Still searching for that first hit of the afternoon here in the series finale. Now it's going to be inside of the zone from Hurd. One out, one runner on for Mars Hill. Pickoff attempt over there at first. Carter Potts is going to be on deck. And the 0-1 pitch. This one is going to be popped up and fouled. Moves the count to 0-2. as Hurd looks for his signal. Gilbert outside of the box talking to the home plate ump here. Count still 0-2. And the pitch upstairs for ball one. Got Naran over there on first as this one's going to be hit into right field as Gilbert picks up from where he left off yesterday as this gets past Sosa. And they're starting to wave home the Lions here as they're going to put a run up on the board after that one got past Sosa. And so Naran crosses home plate. And Gilbert, with the triple, makes his way to third. Lions slowly but surely starting to crawl back into this one. It's a 3-5 ball game with a runner in scoring position for Carter Potts, who is up to bat.
Number 77, Carter Potts.
Lions again starting to build up some momentum like we saw from them in the top of the fifth as Hurd pitches one outside. Potts has a chance to tie it up here with a homer. 0-1 pitch. Again outside. And the 2-0 pitch, a swing and a miss there. It's going to bring the count to 2-1. Potts had a ground out to third last time he was at the plate. And the 2-1 pitch from Hurd. This one's going to be fouled. Count moves to 2-2. Luke Hayes on deck for the Lions. And the 2-2 pitch. Again, fouled in the same vicinity. It's going to stay at 2-2. Still got that runner on third for Mars Hill. Hurd gets a signal. Another 2-2 pitch. Again, fouled. This one doesn't get over the net. Potts hanging in there with Hurd. Count still 2-2. Runner in scoring position for the Lions. And the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be tipped again. Count staying at 2-2 for Potts. Hurd gets the signal. Another 2-2 pitch. As this one bounces up, and the Lions are going to take advantage of that one. Puts another run up on the board as Stripling lost track of the ball there. And just like that, it's a one-run ball game here at the Steiner. Now no runners on. And a full count for Potts. Comes the payoff pitch. Outside for ball four. You can see some action going on over there in the Nighthawks bullpen. And Coach Cantrell is going to make his way out to the mound. Talk things over here with Hurd and the Nighthawks. And this is probably the best inning that we've seen from the Lions. Definitely today, but you could argue in this series. Building up some momentum. 2 runs in the top of the 6th. Now 1 run away from tying this one up. So as they talk things over, we'll look to some scores here around the Peach Belt Conference. A couple games underway here in day 3 of the 2024 season. UNC Pembroke up on USC Aiken 5-2 in the bottom of the 5th with no outs in that one. And Lenore Ryan up 2-0 over Flagler College in the top of the 4th with 2 outs in that matchup. And Morris College and Claflin are getting ready to kick off their series finale in about 7 minutes. Nighthawks ready to go here. This pitch from Hurd's going to be inside with Luke Hayes back up to bat. Hayes was struck out last time he was up to bat. Got a runner on second, 1 out in the top of the 6th. Takes another one inside. 2 straight strikes there from Hurd. Makes it an 0-2 count. And the 0-2 pitch. Bit upstairs. Makes it 1-2. Toby Troutman's on deck. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a drive into right as Sosa makes the play for out number 2. Nice rebound play there by Sosa, getting the out. Brings up Toby Troutman into the batter's box. And Troutman, last time he was up to bat, had a solo home run. Be interesting to see what Hurd and the Nighthawks are able to do here. Pickoff attempt at first. This will be a big out here for Hurd. If he's able to get it on Troutman. This one's inside for a strike. Down the middle, 0-1 count for Troutman. Hurd gets the signal. Still got his eye on first. 0-1 pitch. Just outside for a ball. The Lions have that 20-0 loss in Game 3 last season in the back of their minds, not looking for a repeat performance here. As this one's going to be upstairs from Matthew Hurd. Makes it a 2-1 count. Lions have matched their run total from yesterday, already with 4. Swing and a miss there. Makes it a 2-2 count. Again, Deuce is running wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Runner on first for the Lions. And the 2-2 pitch to Troutman. Outside, and the count runs full. Chad Sykes on deck for Mars Hill. And the payoff pitch. This one's fouled. Troutman's going to get another crack at it here. Hurd gets the signal, full count pitch. And they're going to call this ball 4, putting runners on first and second for Sykes. Sykes already has an RBI in this one.
Number 19, Chad Sykes.
Could potentially add to that total here with runners on first and second. Sykes showed bunt there, pulls back. That's going to be a strike from Hurd. Again, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Mars Hill. 0-1 pitch from Hurd. Gets it inside for a strike. Now an 0-2 count for Chad Sykes. This has been a long top of the 6th inning here for North Georgia. Trying to get out of this one. 0-2 pitch from Hurd. Outside for a ball. And the 1-2 pitch from Hurd. Low for ball 2. And Deuces are again running wild. Hurd got his eye on second. 2-2 pitch. This one's fouled. Another 2-2 pitch coming up from Hurd. See some more action going on in the Nighthawks bullpen. Hurd gets the signal. Another 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, and the Lions find themselves in another full count. Big pitch coming up here from Hurd. Another ball would load the bases. And the full count pitch. They're going to call it outside for ball number 4. And now the bases are loaded as the Lions return to the top of their batting order with Trey Putnam stepping up to bat. And Coach Cantrell, realizing that, comes out to the mound, and this may be the end of the afternoon for Matthew Hurd. So Matthew Hurd will step off, and the Nighthawks going to bring a new pitcher on. We'll have that substitution for you here in just a moment as Coach Cantrell makes a Wendy's call to the bullpen. Nighthawks trying to switch it up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. North Georgia makes
I believe this is going to be Andrew Sedano
now pitching for the Nighthawks.
now on the mound.
Andrew Sedano.
Sedano, the righty freshman out of Locust Grove, Georgia.
By Wendy's, located at 88 Pine Tree Way in
Seen his first action here for the Nighthawks at the Steiner in the 2024 season. He's going to step on for Matthew Hurd as North Georgia tries to switch it up here. And Sedano in a tough spot, bases loaded, 2 outs. And he's going to have to face off against the Lions' leadoff batter here in his first appearance for the Nighthawks in the regular season. And so Sedano's going to get some warm-up pitches in here. As the Lions are threatening to get back into this game. A completely different showing from what we saw from them last year in Game 3 of the series. Shut out 20-0 as they try to get their first win over North Georgia in program history. And so Sedano is ready to go.
Number 3, Trey Putnam.
Trey Putnam was struck out last time he was up to bat. We'll see if Sedano can get another one on him here. Again, bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. And Sedano's first pitch is going to be a ball. This will be a big moment for the freshman here if he's able to leave runners on all 3 bases. Pitches one low there for ball 2. Sedano gets the signal. 2-0 pitch. Outside for ball 3. And another one of those is going to tie this game up. Sedano gets the signal. 3-0 pitch. Inside for the strike. Now a 3-1 count for Putnam. And the 3-1 pitch. This one's going to be popped up and caught. And the double play is made. Great play there by Brady Skipper. 2 for the price of 1. Gets the double play. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 6th. Skipper fired up after that one. Leaves runners on all 3 bases and keeps the Lions from scoring there, taking us to the bottom of the 6th. We'll see how the Nighthawks respond after that inning from the Lions when we return. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. back with you here at the Steiner, where Noah Darden's going to lead things off here for North Georgia in the bottom of the 6th. And correction, that was actually not a double play to end the top of the 6th. That ball had hit the turf, but Brady Skipper recovered and made the throw to first. And that pitch is going to be outside from Brian Smart as the Lions make a pitching substitution here with the senior lefty out of Melbourne, Australia. Now on the mound for Mars Hill. Gets a strike there on Darden. And Smart appeared in 15 games for the Lions last season. Had an 8-1 win-loss record. As this one's going to be fouled by Darden. Smart pitched just over 31 innings, posting a 9.09 ERA. Striking out 22 batters last season. So the vet now on the mound for the Lions, facing off against Noah Darden, designated hitter for the Nighthawks this afternoon. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Had his first hit on his first plate appearance this afternoon. He was walked last time he was up to bat. And the 2-2 pitch to Darden. He swings and misses there as Smart gets a strikeout on his first matchup of the afternoon. Here comes Riley Frost back up to bat for North Georgia. Frost had a fly out to right field last time he was up to bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. As this pitch hits the turf, it's going to be a 1-0 count for Frost. In the 2024 Peach Belt Conference baseball season preview, North Georgia comes in ranked 4th in the preseason coaches poll. They're tied with Lander. Georgia Southwestern comes in ranked number 1 after that historic 2023 season, where they won the PBC regular season championship and tournament championship, making it all the way to the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history. And all 4 of GSW's conference players return this season for the Hurricanes. As Frost takes ball 3 upstairs. Wouldn't be surprised to see him not swing here. 3-0 pitch. Cuts it close for ball 4. So 4 straight balls there. Pitched by Smart. It's going to bring up Josh Sosa.
Number 22, Josh Sosa.
Sosa also looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Was walked on his last plate appearance. Had a stolen base as well. And with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, a runner on first. And that one's going to be right down the middle from Smart for a strike to Sosa, 0-1 count. Maurice Burrows on deck. 0-1 pitch. This one's going to be fouled by Sosa. Nighthawks looking to build up some momentum here after the Lions started to crawl back into this one in the top of the 6th. Smart got his eye on first. 0-2 pitch to Sosa. A swing and a miss. There as Smart gets the strikeout on Sosa. Arisborough back up to bat for North Georgia. Arisborough also looking for his first hit. He was walked last time he was up to bat. He's been struck out once and walked twice in this game. 2 outs, a runner on first for Arisborough. Takes a strike there from Smart. Brady Skipper on deck. And the 0-1 pitch from Smart. Swinging a high fly ball into center field. That's going to be popped up and caught for out number 3. Nighthawks unable to get a run up on the board here in the 6th. That's going to take us to the 7th. It's a 5-4 ball game. Nighthawks lead the Lions by a run. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at the Steiner. Your score is 5-4. Nighthawks up by a run. As we head to the top of the 7th, Sedano on the mound for the Nighthawks. As this pitch goes over the head of Alec Yunt. And the 1-0 pitch to Yunt. This one low. Makes it a 2-0 count. This is probably the best outing we've seen from the Lions all weekend long. Keeping this a 1-run game this late. As Sedano gets a signal. 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. Mars Hill trying to right their wrongs from last season in this series. As Sedano puts one right down the middle for a strike. And the 3-1 pitch. This one tipped and fouled. Count runs full. Yunt had a fly out to center last time he was up to bat. Full count pitch. It's going to be ball 4 from Sedano, which puts Yunt on first and brings up Mars Hill's designated hitter, Zach Weaver. Weaver's 0 for 3 on the day, grounded out to second. Last time he was in the batter's box. Got a runner on first, and no outs in the top of the 7th for Mars Hill. As this one's right down the middle from Sedano, makes it an 0-1 count. It's been a busy weekend for UNG Athletics, the number 1 ranked team in the nation, North Georgia softball, fresh off a 2023 national championship are quickly off to a 4-0 start this season as they begin their 2024 campaign at the Gulf Shores Invitational. And today they were going to face off against the 18th ranked team in the nation, St. Leo, and Lubbock Christian as well, but the final day of the Gulf Shores Invitational was canceled. So they will come back to Dahlonega with a 4-0 record. And the duo of Mariah Wicker and Sophie Mooney have been leading the way for the Nighthawks offensively. And the grounder to second and the throw to first. Throw to first on time and the throw to second on time. And that's a double play right there for North Georgia.
Number 10, Alex Naran.
2 for the price of 1 brings up Alex Naran. Naran's 1 for 2 on the day, was walked on his last plate appearance. Takes a strike down the middle from Sedano. We were mentioning Wicker and Mooney have been leading the way for North Georgia softball so far this season. Both players coming into the matchup that was going to be against St. Leo today, batting .583, combining for 14 hits and 7 RBIs. And Kristen Davis and Tybee Denton have been spectacular on the mound for the Nighthawks, combining for 23 strikeouts. This one's hit well into right, and it hits the turf as Sosa's unable to make a play there, and the throw to first off the mark. Almost made a play there with Ard on first when he bobbles it there, and that's going to put a runner on first with Ty Gilbert up to bat. So the Lions trying to extend this inning here. Gilbert, last time he was at bat, had a single to third, got an RBI. He's 1 for 3 on the day. As Sedano's pitch cuts it close for a ball. Got a runner on first for Mars Hill. 1-0 pitch from Sedano. This one's popped up out of play. 1-1 count. And just before that previous play, we were talking about Davis and Denton for North Georgia softball. This season, they've struck out a whopping 32% of the batters they faced. Pickoff attempt over there at first. And the defending national champions return home to play at Haynes and Carolyn Hill Stadium next Friday in the Captain D's Surf and Turf Classic with a matchup against Catawba kicking off the weekend. 1-1 pitch. And that's going to hit the batter there. Is that one? Nix Gilbert puts runners on first and second with Carter Potts up to bat. Carter Potts so far today has been walked, grounded out to third, and walked again on that third plate appearance. Still 2 outs in the inning, runners on first and second. This one's going to be hit to Frost. Frost throws to second, makes the play, and that's going to take us to the bottom of the 7th. Nighthawks still up a run here. We'll see if they can start to break away once we return in the bottom of the 7th. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Skipper.
Back with you here at the Steiner. Your score is 5-4. Nighthawks up by a run over the Lions. Brady Skipper is going to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th, and he's going to have to face off against a new pitcher now on the mound for the Lions is number 12, Nate Chrissy, the senior righty out of Land O'Lakes, Florida, as he pitches a ball on his first pitch of the afternoon. Chrissy, a transfer out of St. Leo University. Gets one right down the middle for a strike. Makes it a 1-1 count for Brady Skipper. Skipper's 1 for 2 on the day. He's also got a stolen base as well. Takes a ball there from Chrissy. And the 2-1 pitch to Skipper. That one's outside and right for a ball. Pushes the count to 3-1. Swinging a high fly ball over to left field. This is going to be fouled, but caught over there in foul territory. A great play there by Mars Hill's outfield to make the grab. That looked like that one was going to hit the turf. But that gives us out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th with Philip Ard up to bat. Ard's 1 for 2 on the day, had an RBI single to center. Last time he was up to bat. Got no runners on right now. Takes a strike. And the 0-1 pitch to Ard, a swing and a miss, a quick 0-2 count for the sophomore. Nighthawks broke through in that first inning, scoring 3 runs. And they put up a run in the 4th and a run in the 5th. Searching for one here as Ard hits this one to third. And the throw to first. It gets there on time for out number 2. Nighthawks have been unable to get a lot of hits into the outfield in this one. A lot of them have been staying in the infield. Now with 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 7th, Luke Starling up to bat. Had a fly out to center. Last time he was at the plate. Takes a strike there from Chrissy. And the 0-1 pitch to Starling. Hits this one over the head of Chrissy. Gets this one past the second baseman, and he's going to make his way to first. So Starling gets a hit there, and it's going to bring up Bryson Stripling.
Number 33, Bryson Stripling.
Nighthawks trying to bounce back here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see what Bryson Stripling can do now with 2 outs. Runner on first. Searching for his first hit of the day. He was hit by pitch last time he saw the plate. Takes one low from Chrissy for ball 1. Chrissy gets the signal. 1-0 pitch to Stripling. Down the middle for a strike. Makes it 1-1. Got the Nighthawks leadoff batter and Andrew Sopata on deck. 1-1 pitch to Stripling. This one's going to be popped up high, and it looks like it's going to be not caught there as the Lions try to make a play on it. Toby Troutman couldn't find that one in the clouds. Makes it a 1-2 count for Stripling. You saw the Lions make a great play, making a catch in foul territory earlier this inning. Troutman unable to corral that one in. 1-2 count for Stripling, and a swing and a miss as Chrissy gets the strikeout on Stripling. Quick 7th inning is going to take us to the top of the 8th. Still a 1-run ball game here at the Steiner. Nighthawks up 5-4 over the Lions. We'll step aside for a short break. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Welcome back to Dahlonega. Your score is 5-4. Nighthawks up by a run on the Lions here in the top of the 8th. Luke Hayes is going to lead things off here for Mars Hill. Nighthawks still rolling with Sedano on the mound. And the 1-0 pitch. This one tipped and fouled by Hayes. Hayes looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 0 for 2. Had a fly out to right field last time he was up here. And the 1-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. And the 2-1 pitch. This one's caught. A great play out there by Luke Starling. Makes the grab. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Toby Troutman steps up into the batter's box. Toby Troutman today's 1 for 2, was walked last time he was up to bat. And that pitch cuts it close for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch from Sedano inside makes it 1-1. One ball, one strike, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. 1-1 pitch. Down the middle for a strike. Quick 1-2 count for Troutman. And the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be popped up to Skipper. Skipper cannot make a play there as Troutman makes it to first. And an uncharacteristic play there from Brady Skipper. Can't corral that one in.
Number 19, Chad Sykes.
It's going to put a runner on first with Chad Sykes up to bat for Mars Hill. As Sedano's pitch is outside for a ball. Just 1 out, 1 runner on first for Mars Hill. And the 1-0 pitch. Inside for a strike. Now a 1-1 count for Sykes. Sykes was walked last time he was up to bat. He's got an RBI in this one as well. 1-1 pitch. This one gets into the outfield. And that's going to put runners now on first and second for Trey Putnam as Mars Hill returns to the top of their batting order with number 3 back up to bat.
Back up to bat, number 3, Trey Putnam.
Putnam still looking for that first hit of the afternoon. And now would be a bigger time than ever for him to get that as the Nighthawks are going to talk things over here on the mound. Got some score updates for you around the Peach Belt Conference. Lenore Ryan up 5-1 over Flagler College. That game in the top of the 6th. 2 outs in that one. And UNC Pembroke up big 8-2 over USC Aiken in the bottom of the 7th with just 1 out in that game. Claflin also taking on Morris College right now in the series finale of that one. So not as busy of a day around the Peach Belt Conference compared to yesterday. Just 5 games on the slate. Compared to 14 from yesterday. Lots of doubleheaders in day 2 of the 2024 season. As Coach Cantrell makes his way out to the mound to talk things over. As we mentioned in the opener, Coach Cantrell picked up his 1,000th career win on opening day of the season. And the Nighthawks picked up a 5-1 win over Mars Hill. And it looks like North Georgia is going to make another Wendy's call to the bullpen in this one. Trying to switch things up here on the mound. We'll have that pitching substitution for you here in just a moment. So we've seen already a handful of pitchers from both sides in this game as Coach Cantrell tries to switch things up. And the Nighthawks now rolling with Zach Green on the mound. The junior out of Gainesville, Georgia. Transfer out of Louisiana Tech. And he's already seen Mars Hill this weekend. Pitched just 1 inning yesterday for North Georgia, allowing 2 hits. 1 run, that run was earned. Walked 1 batter. And so he's going to get some reps in here for the Nighthawks to close out this game. Playing in crunch time in a close 5-4 ball game here at the Steiner. So Green is going to get some warm-up pitches in here. As we mentioned earlier, it's been a busy weekend for UNG Athletics. Yesterday, over at Lynn Cottrell Arena, North Georgia men's and women's basketball picked up wins against PBC rivals and Flagler College. The women's basketball team has started to find a rhythm in these past few games here in the second half of the season. And the 6th-ranked team in the nation, North Georgia men's basketball, they're now 10-0 this year at the Convocation Center. So it's going to be interesting to see how the standings play out here in the second half of the season. North Georgia men's basketball, the favorites to come out of the Peach Belt Conference, and you can never count out Coach Buffy and the women's basketball team. We are ready to roll here at the Steiner. Green's going to have to face off against Trey Putnam in his first appearance this afternoon. And Green's first pitch is going to be a strike to Putnam. As we mentioned before, Putnam's still looking for that first hit. Oh, 1 pitch. Going to be low for ball 1. And the Lions are extending another inning here, returning to the top of their batting order with Putnam. 1-1 pitch to Green as this one gets past Frost. And that's going to load the bases for the Lions as Putnam gets his first hit of the afternoon. A big one there. And that loads the bases for Alec Yunt. And Coach Cantrell is going to again come out to the mound here. And that is a quick afternoon for Zach Green as the Nighthawks make another Wendy's call to the bullpen here in the top of the 8th. And we know from last season that Coach Cantrell is not afraid to go deep into his bullpen. We're seeing it here as Green's only able to throw a couple pitches here, and that's going to bring out another pitcher for the Nighthawks, and it's going to be the vet, the senior, Jacob Lassier, now on the mound for North Georgia. The senior righty out of Alpharetta, Georgia. He's going to get some reps here on the mound for the Nighthawks. This is Lassier's first appearance of the 2024 season for North Georgia. And last season he posted a 3.96 ERA, appeared in 18 games for the Nighthawks. Pitched 25 innings, allowing 27 hits, 16 runs, 11 of those runs earned. Walked 10 batters, struck out 20, allowing 2 home runs, and he held opposing batters to a .267 batting average last season. And for a career, Lassier has posted a 4.98 ERA, appearing in 41 games for the Nighthawks. This is his 42nd. Has pitched 56 innings, allowing 63 hits, 43 runs, striking out 38 batters, allowing 5 home runs, and holding opponents to a .276 batting average. He's got his work cut out for him here with 1 out in the top of the 8th and the bases loaded for Mars Hill. So we'll see what the veteran can do on the mound for North Georgia in this situation. He's facing off against Alec Yunt in his first matchup of the afternoon. Yunt was walked last time he was up to bat. And Lassier's first pitch of the afternoon is going to be a strike. Nighthawks trying to work out of a bit of a jam here. 0-1 count. Comes the pitch from Lassier outside. Makes it 1-1. As Lassier gets the signal, 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be low. And Yunt tells his guy on third to stay put. 2-1 count. Lassier gets the signal. 2-1 pitch. Just outside for a ball. Nighthawks wanted a strike called there. 3-1 count. Another ball here would tie it up. That's down the middle. Nice pitch there from Lassier. Count runs full for Yunt. Big pitch coming up here for Lassier. And the payoff pitch. This one's going to get down and right as Mars Hill ties it up and takes the lead. 2 RBIs here for Alec Yunt. Gives the Lions their first lead of the series as they find themselves up 6-5 over North Georgia. Lions catching the Nighthawks off guard here. Now Zach Weaver comes up to bat for the Lions. And before Trey Putnam and Alec Yunt were up to bat on these previous 2 plate appearances, they had not had a hit in this game, both getting their first of the afternoon. As Lassier pitches one down the middle for a strike. And this has turned out to be a great game here at the Steiner. 1-score ball game. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Makes it 0-2. Runners on first and second for Mars Hill. Lassier gets the call. And the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs for a ball. Alex Naran is on deck for Mars Hill. And the 1-2 pitch. Inside for strike 3. So Lassier strikes out Weaver. Gives us 2 outs in the top of the 8th with Alex Naran up to bat.
Number 10, Alex Naran.
Naran has seen the most success today. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Had a hit to right field last time he was up to bat. Sees a strike there from Lassier. Still runners on first and second for Mars Hill. This one tipped and fouled. Counts now 0-2 for Alex Naran. Ty Gilbert's on deck. Lassier gets the signal. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. Can see some more action going on in North Georgia's bullpen. We'll see what Lassier can do here on the mound. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be grounded into right field. And they're waving home a runner here for Mars Hill. And the throw to home plate is off as the Lions take a 2-run lead over North Georgia here in the top of the 8th as they've posted their best inning of the series here. 3 runs now for the Lions in the top of the 8th. Take a 2-run lead over the Nighthawks, which brings up Ty Gilbert up to bat. And he finds himself in the same situation as Naran with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Lassier's pitch right down the middle for a strike. The Nighthawks got some work to do in the bottom of the 8th. Trying to get out of the top of the 8th here. The 0-1 pitch from Lassier. Again, down the middle. 0-2 count. as Lassier gets his signal. Got his eye on second. And the 0-2 pitch. Tipped and fouled. So Gilbert's going to do it again. Gilbert's 1 for 3 this afternoon. He was hit by pitch last time he was up to bat. He's got Carter Potts on deck. 0-2 pitch. Outside, moves it to a 1-2 count. Lassier still got his eye on second. 1-2 pitch. Again outside. Deuces running wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on for Mars Hill. As we're starting to creep up on 3 hours here at the Steiner. Time is 3:50. And the 2-2 pitch. Outside. And just like that, the count runs full. Could potentially see bases loaded again here in this inning for Mars Hill. Payoff pitch. This one gets over the head of Ard into right field. And that's going to be more runs up on the board for the Lions as they take an 8-5 lead here over North Georgia. A 4-run inning for Mars Hill. That one just gets over the glove of Philip Ard as he's unable to make a play. So Sosa had a long throw to home plate. And the Lions now up 3 runs here on North Georgia. Runners on the corners for Carter Potts. Now it's down the middle from Lassier. And Gilbert was able to work all the way back from an 0-2 count. Got an RBI. And this one's going to be fouled by Potts. Runners on the corners for Mars Hill. 2 outs still in the top of the 8th. This one's going to be tipped and fouled. Count's going to stay at 0-2. And these 8 runs for Mars Hill are the most that they've posted against North Georgia in program history. Previous record was in 2022 when they put up 6 runs in a 12-6 North Georgia victory. Counts 1-2 for Potts. And the 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be grounded over to Frost. Frost makes the throw to first. Gets there on time. And that's going to take us to the bottom of the 8th. Lions take the lead after a 4-run inning. In the top of the 8th, Nighthawks have work to do when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at Bob Stein Stadium, where it's an 8-5 ball game. Lions have taken the lead over the Nighthawks. So we head to the bottom of the 8th, and Andrew Sopada is going to lead things off here for North Georgia as they try to find a rhythm here late. Opata is still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Takes one low here. Makes it a 1-0 count. And now on the mound for the Lions is number 25, Jake Wagner, the senior righty out of Greensboro, North Carolina. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because he's already pitched in this series. Appeared in Game 1 in that 1-5 loss for Mars Hill. Pitched just 2 innings for the Lions on Friday, posting a 4.50 ERA, had 2 strikeouts. And the 2-1 pitch to Opata. It's going to be high for a ball. Opata was struck out last time he was at the plate. Now a better time than ever for him to get his first hit of the afternoon. Doesn't need to get it there, though, as he takes ball 4 in the dirt, which puts him on first and brings up Noah Darden up to bat. The Nighthawks designated hitter had it going yesterday, going 3 for 4 at the plate. He's 1 for 3 in this one. He was also struck out last time he was up to bat. He's got the speedster Opata over there on first. He sees a strike down the middle from Wagner. And this has turned out to be a very interesting game here at the Steiner. Lions are in the lead for the first time of this series as Darden swings hard on that one and misses. Makes it an 0-2 count. And the 0-2 pitch to Darden is going to be low. Makes it a 1-2 count. Got Riley Frost on deck for North Georgia. And the 1-2 pitch to Darden. This one's going to be fouled. Count's going to stay at 1-2. Darden looking to repeat some of his success from his debut yesterday. 1-2 pitch. That one cuts it close for ball 2. Opata still over there on first. And the 2-2 pitch to Darden. Again, fouled. Count staying at 2-2. Nighthawks got some work to do here in the bottom of the 8th. Another 2-2 pitch. Outside, count runs full for Darden. Darden, a freshman out of Cumming, Georgia, and West Forsyth High School. Full count pitch. Cuts it close for ball 4. So that's 2 straight batters walked for Wagner. And it's going to bring up last year's RBI leader in Riley Frost.
Number 23, Riley.
Frost also looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 0 for 2 was walked last time he was up to bat. Frost has just 2 hits in this series. Again, looking for that first here this Sunday. Swinging a high fly ball into right field. And that's going to be caught at the wall over there in right field. But that's going to put runners on second and third. That one almost had enough to poke the scoreboard out there and right. That's going to put runners on second and third for Josh Sosa. Sosa also looking for his first hit of the afternoon. 0 for 2 today. Was struck out last time he was up to bat. And a hit here would be Sosa's second of the series. Had one in game 1. And Sosa swings there, so it's going to be a strike. 0-1 count. He's going to discuss something here with Coach Cantrell. This could be a big play here for Sosa, as he's got Opada over there on third and Darden on second. And anything that gets down in the outfield assuredly brings Opada home, probably Darden as well. And the 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball. Jorge Arispero is on deck for the Nighthawks. And the 1-1 pitch to Sosa. This one's going to be fouled behind the bleachers. Makes it a 1-2 count. Big matchup here. Wagner versus Sosa. 1-2 pitch. That one hits the turf. Opada will stay put at third. Count moves to 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch to Sosa. This one's going to be grounded to the short. And the throw to first. Going to get there on time. But Opada is going to cross home plate here. Put a run up on the board for North Georgia. And they are slowly but surely climbing back into this one. Down 2 runs after Sosa sends Opada home. Now with 2 outs. Darden still over there on second. Arispero up to bat. Arispero had a fly out to center last time he was at the plate. Takes a ball there. Arispero looking to make something happen here for North Georgia. This one's going to be low for a ball. Pushes the count to 2-0. Brady Skipper on deck for North Georgia. And the 2-0 pitch to Arispero. That one gets inside for a strike. Makes it 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball into center field. And that's going to be caught for out number 3. But the Nighthawks put a run up on the board. Makes this a more manageable game. 8-6. Lions lead by a pair. That's going to take us to the top of the 9th. We should be in for a great finish to this one here in the series finale. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. back with you here at the Steiner. Your score is 8-6. Lions up by a pair as this one is hit into center field by Luke Hayes. As the Lions are starting to pick up where they left off in the top of the 8th. Putting up 4 runs and a handful of hits.
Now batting number 31, Toby Troutman.
And Toby Troutman is going to have to face off a new man on the mound for North Georgia. Now pitching for the Nighthawks is Nick Randall, the righty freshman out of Toccoa, Georgia. Graduated from Stevens County High School. So the freshman's got a tough task here in the top of the 9th. Here's the Nighthawks are going to try to hold Mars Hill scoreless. Try to finish things off here in the bottom of the 9th. A swing and a miss there. It's going to make it a 1-1 count for Troutman. Troutman reached base on an error last time he was up. And the 1-1 pitch upstairs pushes this to a 2-1 count. As we mentioned, we know Coach Cantrell not afraid to go deep into that bullpen. We're seeing it here. Already gone through a handful of pitchers. Randall, the latest, gets the signal. 2-1 pitch. This one's going to be tipped and fouled back towards us. Pushes this to a 2-2 count. Lions are going to follow this one up with another 3-game road series, this time at Lee University, with a doubleheader next Saturday. And the 2-2 pitch. Again, upstairs, count runs full for Troutman. Troutman has a home run in this game already. And the full count pitch. And that one's going to tip Troutman. And that puts runners on first and second with Chad Sykes up to bat for Mars Hill. And Chad Sykes today, he's 2 for 2. Had a hit to center field. Last time he was in this situation, he's got runners on first and second. No outs in the top of the 9th. Yeah, Sykes showed bunt there, pulls back. It's going to be a strike from Randall. Randall gets the signal. Still got his eye on second. 0-1 pitch. Again, Sykes shows bunt. It's going to be a ball. Makes it a 1-1 count. And this one's going to go to the bottom of the 9th. The Nighthawks being the home team here at the Steiner. Again, Sykes shows bunt here, keeps it in play. Randall throws to first and gets the first out here in the top of the 9th. But that sack bunt puts runners on second and third for the Lions. And Mars Hill returns to the top of their batting order with Trey Putnam up to bat.
Number 3, Trey Putnam.
Putnam had a hit last time he was up to bat. That was a big hit for him up to left field. Was able to get an RBI off that one to kind of start this momentum for Mars Hill. And the 0-1 pitch from Randall. Outside, makes it 1-1. Runners in scoring position for Mars Hill. 1-1 pitch from Randall. It's going to be low. Makes it 2-1. You can still see some action going on in North Georgia's bullpen. And the 2-1 pitch. This one's going to be tipped and fouled, pushing the count to 2-2. Randall gets the signal. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And this one's going to bounce out of bounds here, fouled. Count staying at 2-2. So Randall's going to have to do it all over again here with Putnam. Count still 2-2. Runners on second and third. Again, this one fouled. Gonna have another crack at it here for Putnam. Count still 2-2. And the pitch from Randall. Upstairs, count runs full. Nighthawks looking to avoid loading the bases here for Mars Hill. With Alec Yunt on deck. Big pitch coming up here for the freshman. And the payoff pitch. Upstairs for ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Mars Hill. Bringing up Alec Yunt up to bat. And Coach Cantrell is going to make his way to the mound here. As the Nighthawk infield brings it in. Randall in a tough spot here. His first appearance for the Nighthawks in the regular season. Trying to get them out of a jam here in the top of the 9th. Down 2 runs. We'll see what the Nighthawks decide to do here. They're going to roll with Randall still on the mound. And he's going up against Alec Yunt, who had his first hit of the afternoon last time he was up to bat. Got 2 RBIs off that hit as well. So big matchup coming up here as Randall pitches a strike. Got the designated hitter, Zach Weaver, on deck. And a ball that's popped up high into center field. Opata is there, makes the catch. But another run up is going to go up on the board for Mars Hill as they take a 3-run lead yet again in this one. Nighthawks were unable to get that one back to home plate in time. So runners are going to be on second and third now for Zach Weaver.
Now batting number 30, Zach Weaver.
Weaver grounded out to the short. Last time he was up to bat. And it looks like there's going to be a pinch runner on for Mars Hill. As Weaver gets to first, and so Alex Naran is going to be batting here for Mars Hill. Bases loaded, 2 outs. So it looks like they decide to intentionally walk Weaver there, loading the bases, trying to test their luck here with Naran. But the count runs full with the bases loaded. We'll see if this pays off for North Georgia. And the 3-0 pitch gets it inside for a strike. Ty Gilbert's on deck for Mars Hill. Counts 3-1. And the pitch to Naran. Inside, down the middle, and just like that, the count runs full. So Randall able to work his way back into a full count after it was 3-0. And the payoff pitch. Outside for ball 4. And the Lions at another run up on the board. 10-6 is their lead. And Coach Cantrell is again going to make his way out to the mound. And this looks like it's going to be the end of the day for Nick Randall. Tough spot here for the freshman. But it looks like his day is done. And so Coach Cantrell is going to make another Wendy's call to the bullpen. And it's going to be Reed Howard now on the mound for North Georgia. Howard, the lefty junior out of Cumming, Georgia, graduated from Lambert High School. He's going to try to finish things off here for North Georgia in the top of the 9th.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. North Georgia makes a Wendy's call to the bullpen.
And Reed Howard, for his career, has posted a 4.22 ERA, a 2.3 win-loss record. This is his 27th appearance for the Nighthawks. And he's pitched 49 innings, allowing 37 hits, 24 runs, 23 of those runs earned. He's walked 32 batters, struck out 37, allowed 5 home runs, and held opponents to a .206 batting average for a career. He saw quite a bit of action last season for North Georgia, appearing in 17 games, pitching 32 innings. And he held opponents to a .193 batting average last year, striking out 23 batters. And so Howard now, as the man on the mound for North Georgia, is going to try to finish things out here in the top of the 9th and give North Georgia a chance to come back here in the bottom of the 9th. Down 4 runs. The Lions have put together 6 runs in the 8th and 9th innings alone. And as we mentioned earlier, the most runs that they've put up in a game against North Georgia in program history has been 6 in a game in 2022. And so North Georgia is going to have their work cut out for them in the bottom of the 9th. Bases are loaded as Ty Gilbert makes his way into the batter's box. Gilbert has an RBI today. He's 2 for 4 at the plate. And Howard's first pitch of the afternoon is going to be a ball. We are creeping up on 3.5 hours here at the Steiner. Glenn, glad to have you all with us this afternoon as this ball skies high into right field. And that's going to get over. A grand slam for Ty Gilbert. Puts the Lions up big. 13-6 is your new score here at the Steiner. 14-6. 6 runs for the Lions in the 9th. And they have North Georgia stunned here late. That's 10 runs in the 8th and the 9th inning alone for Mars Hill. Carter Potts now up to bat. Bases cleared after that grand slam from Gilbert. And this one's hit well into center field. Opata is there, makes the grab, and that's going to take us to the bottom of the 9th. Lions up big. We'll see if the Nighthawks can mount the comeback in the bottom of the 9th when we return. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here at Bob Stein Stadium in Dahlonega, where Mars Hill is up big, 14-6 over North Georgia. Here in the bottom of the 9th, Brady Skipper is going to lead things off here for the Nighthawks. Skipper today is 1 for 3. Had a fly out to left last time he was up to bat. He's facing off against Jake Wagner on the mound for Mars Hill. Takes a ball there. Got Philip Ard on deck for Brady Skipper. As Skipper sees a strike there. And the Lions have put up their best showing as of late here against North Georgia, as that one's hit well into right field. And this one is caught at the wall. We've seen this Mars Hill outfield make a couple of great plays. That one, no different. Gives us our first out in the bottom of the 9th. We'll see what Philip Ard, the first baseman, can do here for North Georgia. Ard grounded out to third last time he was up to bat. He's 1 for 3 this afternoon. Sees a strike right down the middle from Jake Wagner. And the 0-1 pitch to Ard. This one tipped and fouled. And it's a quick 0-2 count for Philip Ard. He's got Luke Starling on deck. Nighthawks down 8 runs here in the bottom of the 9th. This one outside for a ball. Wagner going to try to close this one out here for the Lions. 1-2 pitch to Ard, a swing and a miss there. And now it's all up to Luke Starling to keep this game alive for North Georgia. Starling is 1 for 3 this afternoon. Last time he was up to bat, had a single up the middle. We'll see if he can carry some of that momentum into this plate appearance. But he sees a strike right down the middle from Wagner. This one's going to be tipped and fouled. And the Lions are now 1 out away from closing this one out in the series finale. The Nighthawks have Mason Steele on deck. And the 0-2 pitch to Starling. It's going to be upstairs for a ball. Makes it a 1-2 count. No runners on for North Georgia. 2 outs. A 1-2 count for Starling. Here comes the pitch from Wagner. Swinging a high fly ball into right field. And that one's getting over for Starling. A solo shot to right for Luke Starling extends this game for the Nighthawks. And it's not over yet here in the bottom of the 9th. The Nighthawks still alive. And Mason Steele is going to step up to bat this one. And then the Nighthawks now find themselves again in an 0-2 count. Two outs, 0-2 count for Steele. Here comes the pitch. Outside for a ball. Nice eye there from Steele. Got Opada on deck. Nighthawks down 7 runs here in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2 pitch to Steele. And this one's driven well into right field. And this one gets down as Steele makes his way for 2. And he's going to get there. Nighthawks starting to build up some momentum. Again, game's not over. Opada up to bat. Looking for his first hit of the afternoon. And none would be bigger than getting one here. Nighthawks doing a lot of damage here in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. Steele on second. This one outside. Darden on deck. As Wagner gets the signal. 1-0 pitch. Down the middle makes it a 1-1 count for Opada. Nighthawks trying to extend this game 7-14. 1-1 pitch to Opada. A swing and a miss. Makes it 1-2. And again, Wagner just 1 strike away from ending this game. Got his eye on second. 1-2 pitch to Opada. This one grounded to the second baseman. Throw to first. And that is gonna do it. For the first time in program history, the Lions take down the Nighthawks as they steal the final game of the series and send North Georgia to 2-1 to open up this season. The Nighthawks tried to rally there in the bottom of the 9th, but the final score is going to be 14-7. Mars Hill picks up their first win of the season and again sends North Georgia to 2-1 here to open up the 2024 campaign. We'll be back with you on Friday, February 9th to kick off a 3-game series against Salem University on Alumni Weekend to celebrate 25 years of North Georgia baseball. We appreciate you spending your weekend with us on the Nighthawk Sports Network. On behalf of the rest of the NSN team, this is Robert E. Clementi saying thanks so much for watching. Again, your final score 7-14. North Georgia drops to 2-1 on the season. So long and have a great rest of your weekend.